One of the #1 questions I get asked on my channel, and one of the #1 and biggest stressors for any Pokemon card collector, is knowing where exactly to buy all of that product. So today, I wanted to share with y'all my top 10 best, most trusted, safest places to buy Pokemon card product online, why exactly you should shop there, and what makes those stand out compared to other stores. We're gonna start with my personal favorite and #1 online store is Gamenerdz.com. I've been using them since day one of my channel, and this is where I buy pretty much all my modern products from. And I really wanna set a basis of what we're gonna do and how we're gonna run this video. Every website I show you, I wanna go ahead and mention why I like them, what makes them stand out, and what they do different than other websites. The first thing that I like about Gamenerdz is their pre-order options and their pre-order product. They hands down have the best prices for any other website on today's list for items that you can pre-order. For example, we'll look at Paldea Evolved at $114.97 versus the MSRP is $161.64. That's a $50 roughly, give or take, difference, and you get free shipping. That's pretty unparalleled and unheard of. And then you also have restock notifications. So I know that this is out of stock, but they are really good about getting stuff back in stock and letting you know if you want to pre-order it before release date. And that is something else that's really nice about this company, is generally they'll ship stuff roughly 2 days before release day so you can get it on release day. And somehow these guys, I don't know how they do it, they find the perfectly sized box to ship their product in, and it's always bubble wrapped so well. I genuinely just, I can't say much better stuff about their shipping. It's very top tier. And then they do have a decent selection. I'm not gonna go through every page here, that would just make this video extremely long. And their prices are always pretty fair. They do kind of follow a trend though. So if you look, Chilling Reign has risen in price lately, so it's $164.97. Your Brilliant Stars is $189.97. But then you go down here and you go, hey, a booster or Elite Trainer box of Brilliant Stars is $37.97. That's honestly a steal. And a lot of their stuff is like that. Like the two booster Elite Trainer boxes of Battle Styles is $64.97. That's essentially $32.50 a piece. I definitely can't recommend this website enough. And then outside of all of this right here, their customer service is also pretty unparalleled. And that's one more thing that makes this company stick out over the rest of them on this list. So story time. I want to give you an example of what I mean by Gamenerdz and their customer service. So they did fall into the trap of charging double the MSRP for the Charizard UPC, and about a week after the release date and charging everybody for that product, they emailed every single person that bought it on their website and apologized for charging overpriced and over MSRP, and actually refunded everybody the difference. That says a lot about a company, and that alone is one reason I'm so loyal to Gamenerdz.com. They did not have to do that. It was awesome. And on top of that, their customer service is very quick to respond, and they are friendly. They never give you a hassle if you're missing a product in an order or anything like that. So that's just one more cherry on top as to why this place is a great and trusted website to shop from. And #2 on my list is gonna be eBay.com. I know this one might sound silly and obvious to put on this list, but there's so many people out there that are skeptical and don't trust eBay to buy. So I want to go ahead and point out why it's actually safe to buy on eBay, what's good about it, and some pros and cons of doing so. So the first thing to know is that eBay now has an authentication process where they authenticate every seller and every product. And if it is not authenticated, before you hit that purchase button, eBay will actually prompt you, letting you know, hey, this is not authenticated, which means you probably shouldn't buy that product, right? And then, eBay also is one of the easiest places to buy. It has hands down probably the most available product in diversity and variety of sellers. And it's just a great place to also see single prices of different Pokemon cards. But I kind of wanted to walk you through an extra step you can do to make you feel safer when you buy a product, right? Let's go ahead and look at an Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. You can go up here and it'll tell you seller information right on the top right hand corner. It's I think under the picture whenever you look at it on your phone, but you can see this has 930 reviews for this seller, 99.7% positive feedback. You can even click on that, read the reviews, and they're usually pretty accurate to tell you whether you should trust this buyer or not. And there's also, you can see how many items that seller has sold, so you know that there's a history and establishment of that seller, store, wherever you buy on eBay. Again, I wanted to stress that eBay is a safe and viable place to buy Pokemon cards and sealed products, and probably one of the easiest, as I mentioned a second ago. However, there is something else to note, that there are crappy people out there. And there are some stuff on eBay you probably don't want to buy, like loose packs. particularly a loose vintage pack, because they are weighable and people do that. It sucks, but it's the reality. So that leads me to the third place to buy Pokemon cards, particularly vintage Pokemon packs. Now, this third option might be a little strange to some of y'all, but one of the best places to buy vintage Pokemon packs to almost guarantee you they won't be weighed are from the other Pokemon card content creators that we know and love to watch every single day. And the first content creator I wanted to mention is probably the most well-known, is going to be Pokerev. His Pokecave.com sells vintage Pokemon cards, and he has a ton of options, not just Pokemon, but he also has Yu-Gi-Oh! Vintage product. He sells his own product, which I've bought plenty of from him before, so I know they're not weighed because I've pulled holos out of the vintage packs. And now, the second content creator I wanted to mention is Leonhart'sRareCandy.com, and he has a ton of options, probably more than Pokerev, when it comes to buying vintage packs. And again, this is a great place to guarantee that you are not going to get resealed or weighed vintage booster packs. I know Leonhardt's been getting a lot of heat lately, but I've bought stuff from his website. It is legit. I've also pulled holos out of that product. And now let's move on to number 3. We have Pokevault, probably the best Pokemon YouTuber right now, hands down. Don't argue with me. I know there's a lot of other great ones out there, but I wanted to give you this option because it's a little bit different, right? And I wanted you to have a bigger variety if you wanted to get older packs. With Pokevault, I believe he does sell sealed product on his website, but one of the best places to buy his older style packs are for his live stream, where you can buy stuff like Ancient Origins, Evolutions, and Primal Clash, which are not, you know, $19.99 base set vintage, but they are older packs that you can get that are trusted and you know won't be tampered with. He opens them live and then he ships you the pulls. This may not be the greatest option for sealed collectors, but for someone who just wants to get fire pulls and make sure you get a guaranteed hit, you know, something like this is a viable option. And last but not least, I did want to mention Pokechloe's website, another YouTube content creator, collectorscardhouse.com. It is a great place to find some semi-older packs like X and Y, Sun and Moon, and maybe even down to like Black and White. For example, she has Unbroken Bonds, Breakpoint, Burning Shadows, Evolutions, Fates Collide, Unified Minds. So these, you know, again, aren't necessarily vintage packs like $19.99 base set booster packs, but they are older packs that you can guarantee will not be weighed and tampered with. All right, y'all, we are on to number 4, my favorite place to buy any Japanese or really just non-English sealed Pokemon product. And it's gonna be Pokene.com. I'm sure a lot of you already know about this website, but I felt it extremely important to be added onto this video due to the skyrocket in the market of Japanese product. And there's a few really nice things that make Pokene stand out. Number 1 is they're very upfront about shipping, how long it's gonna take. For example, we have, you know, today. That basically is telling me that if I buy it today, it'll ship out today. Or ships late. It'll tell you that it's gonna ship late and they may be low on stock and have to wait for more stock to come in. And there's some other things to point out about their shipping is they are a US-based company. So if you buy from them, the product that they have is in stock. They don't have to import it over. It's not gonna take 2, 3, 4 weeks to get to you. It usually only takes a few days if you are US based. And outside of that, they are just extremely trustworthy, have a large variety of product, not just Japanese, but also English and Korean, which, by the way, y'all, I just did a video opening Korean booster boxes. Definitely insane. I highly recommend checking out Korean products. Unbelievable. I mean, just go watch it and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but that's not what this video is about. I mean, I can't speak higher about Pokene.com. Their customer service is grade A. Their product choice is grade A. Their prices, as far as the market prices go, is really fair and on point. And you know exactly what you're getting, and it's gonna get to you pretty fast. And for number 5, we have probably the most popular on this list for single cards and sealed product. Now, this is the place everybody goes as the golden standard for single card prices. I'm sure you guessed it, it is TCGPlayer.com, and this is one of the best places, as I mentioned, to get just single cards, right? And a lot of the stuff on this list don't really have the viability to buy just individual cards that you know and trust are going to be legitimate. But on top of that, this is probably one of the easiest websites to navigate. You can go on the left side here and choose pretty much exactly what you want to shop for, from just having individual cards, what kind of card type you want to buy, all the way to the different sets and so on, right? And one thing to note about this website though is it's not being sold directly from TCGPlayer.com. You go down here and you can see that everything that you want to buy are from third-party websites. And in order to really figure out and decide which company you want to buy it from, you have it right here in front of you. The amount of sales they have, the amount of reviews they have, and this is generally what I base if I trust to buy off of when I shop on TCGPlayer. And some other things to notice or mention about that is TCGPlayer also has great advice and news for different kinds of trading card games on their website. It is so much more than just somewhere to shop. They have price history, market trends, the median prices, listed sold prices, and just so much more. I'm sure everybody will tell you, is a great place to buy from. It is extremely well trusted. I cannot recommend TCGPlayer enough. And for number 6, we have one of the most trusted websites that's going to be on this list, which is PokemonCenter.com, the official Pokemon website. And the best thing about shopping here is you're getting a guaranteed legitimate product. It's straight from Pokemon. But there are a lot of benefits and a few cons about shopping here. Number 1 is, like I mentioned, it's trusted. You're getting what you're getting. Number 2 is there are some rare finds on this website. For example, we are looking at the Galar tins, which currently are sold out, but I actually got my hands on like 8 of these, which will be coming on a recent video or a future video, but they're $8.99 for a Galar mini tin, and these sometimes will have a Cosmic Eclipse pack, an Evolving Skies pack, and another pack, right? So that's 2 packs in the tin, and those packs are already outvaluing the tin by several dollars, right? So there's stuff like that all over the website. For example, there was Pokeball tins that did similar things, that would have something like Unifying Minds, Cosmic Eclipse, and a Chilling Rain pack. So you get $40, $30 out of a $12 tin. And then there's other things like Scarlet and Violet exclusive product, right? So you can get the Scarlet exclusive Elite Trainer box, and that will come with additional packs and even an additional promo card that's valued at like 10 times the value of a normal promo card. So there are a ton of awesome things that you can get out of shopping from PokemonCenter.com. However, I do have to mention that there are some cons about buying on PokemonCenter.com. Number 1 being that everything is sold at MSRP. So like I mentioned on the first online store, Gamenerdz.com, they sell Pally Evolved, a pre-order item, for like $115, where if you pre-ordered it off of PokemonCenter.com, you're getting it for the $161. You're not going to get any discounts on this website. And then the second thing is going to be the shipping. I have ordered a ton of stuff off of PokemonCenter.com, and it always comes really poorly packaged. With that being said, though, as I mentioned, it is a trusted website. I do recommend buying stuff off of it if you can find good deals, and particularly if you can find some of those rare finds. Now we're getting into some stores that you may have never heard of. Number 7 on the list is going to be TCGStadium.com. I don't have too much to say about TCG Stadium. However, it was recommended, and I learned it from Pat Flynn, or Deep Pocket Monster, who is probably one of the most loved and trusted Pokemon YouTubers in the niche at the moment. And it is very similar to kind of Gamenerdz and TCGPlayer, where they have pretty good prices. And like Gamenerdz, they also have really great pre-order prices. So this is another place to pre-order your products from. And you can also, again, like TCGPlayer, there's a lot of Pokemon news and trading card news updates on the website. So it's kind of a multi-use and multi-purpose website, not just to buy Pokemon. And as I'm scrolling through here, you can see that they do have a lot of different options on their website. I definitely trust Pat Flynn, Deep Pocket Monster. I've personally never shopped on this store, but I wanted to add it because I trust him, which means I trust this website. And I did a ton of review and research on this website to make sure it was legitimate for y'all. It is a great place to buy Pokemon card products. And number 8 on the list is going to be CollectorsCash.com. This store has been around since 1988. It is very well established, very trusted, and I actually found it because so many of y'all recommended it to me. There's just so much good stuff to say about CollectorsCash.com, and probably my favorite thing is the easy and user friendliness of its actual website. So as soon as you get onto the website, this is what it looks like, and you can scroll down. It has everything that they have to offer right here, and if I click on Pokemon, it takes me straight to all of the different sets. So if I'm looking for singles, you can click on any of these different sets and generations, and it'll take you to all of the cards that they have in that set and the availability of the singles to buy. And then if you look on the left, you can actually go over here and down drop exactly what you're looking for. So if I wanted to look at booster boxes, I click on booster boxes, and it'll actually take me to all of the booster boxes they have available. And a lot of these say out of stock, but you can filter it back out to where it only shows in stock products. And then there's a few other things to show about this website. They also have great pre-order prices and new product. If you go over here, again, this is you don't only buy Pokemon cards on here, so there's a lot of stuff that is outside of Pokemon, but you can tell they have a lot of great deals going on if you look at the prices. And then something else to look at is they sell Japanese Pokemon card products. There is not a lot of other places out here that sell English and Japanese Pokemon cards on the same website. That is a big win for this website, and it makes it way more versatile and easy to use and just buy everything in one place, because it also offers other kinds of trading card games, plushies, toys, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. We're almost there, y'all. Number 9 and second to last is gonna be trollandtoad.com. This website's another one you probably already know pretty well. It's very comparable to TCGPlayer.com, where you can buy a lot of singles and sealed product. There are a few differences though. Number one, and the most notable difference is, as I mentioned, TCGPlayer.com does not sell their own in-house product, where Troll and Toad does. So if I buy from Troll and Toad, I usually don't buy from any of the third-party sellers on the website. I'll buy directly from Troll and Toad. And what's pretty cool is Troll and Toad actually sells a lot on eBay too, which is generally where I buy my Troll and Toad product. And really my biggest issue with Troll and Toad is though, the user friendliness of the actual website is nowhere near the user friendliness of what you're gonna find on TCG Player, Gamenerdz, Collector's Cash, or anything like that. Other than that though, it's a great place to buy singles, a great place to buy sealed product. It is very competitive with any of the other stuff on this list. Now, the 10th and final one is more of an honorable mention, because it may seem kind of obvious to you once I tell you what it is, but there's a lot of people out there that are skeptical about this website because there is a lot of scammers on it. And that's gonna be Amazon.com. There is genuinely a ton of options and trustworthy places to buy on here. It's a great place to shop for Pokemon cards, and I want to show y'all exactly how to find a trusted listing for a Pokemon card product to buy on Amazon, because that's the issue. There's a lot of sellers on here that are going to sell you potentially fake or resealed products. It doesn't happen as much as people think, but it does happen, which is why people generally are a little afraid to buy off of Amazon. And I just wanted to show you the first one, right, on the listing is going to be a Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield Ultra Premium Collection Charizard box. And I'm going to go right over here. If you look, it is shipped and sold from Amazon.com. If it is shipped and sold from Amazon, generally that is telling you right there that it can be trusted, that it's not going to be tampered with, and it's going to be a legitimate product. However, what we're really worried about are from these third-party sellers on Amazon. Which, let's look at this Lucario V-Star box. It is shipped and sold from SSA Cards, and that's a company that is not, it's a third-party company, right? So they have their own store, and they're selling you their product from their store. It's not even shipped from Amazon. And the way to make sure that this is legit and safe to buy is you don't want to pay attention to the reviews on necessarily the listing, because the reviews on the listing can be purchased or bought reviews, whether they're good or bad. The best way to tell if this is a trustworthy product is to go to the actual store and look at the listings on the actual store and see if that store itself is trustworthy, rather than just the reviews on the listed product. Another thing to point out about Amazon is there are some absolutely steals and good finds on here as well. For example, this is something I bought that's going to be on a video that's coming up. I'm not exactly sure when. But this Tyranitar EX box, it is absolutely amazing. Comes with some Sun and Moon and X and Y packs for $89.97. And when I bought it, it was actually 20% off. And if you go on eBay, you're not going to find this product lower than $100. It ranges from $100 to $160. So you can find some hidden gems on Amazon, and it is a trustworthy place to buy as long as you do your due diligence. So I definitely recommend buying on Amazon, but make sure you look at the stores, where it ships and sold from, and check out those reviews, y'all. I hope this helped at least one person out there today. I know when I first started collecting again, one of the biggest and most frustrating pain points was knowing where to buy my Pokemon cards from. But there are obviously some trusted websites out there, which is why I wanted to make this video. And thank y'all so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this from me, make sure you like the video and let me know in the comments. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one.